What's up, lords and ladies? Welcome back to another video on this channel. So in today's video, as you can see, we are gonna be doing a Miracle update. Now this right here happens to be, Miracle that I've been raising up for a good while now. I'm starting to see a big improvement when it comes to her eating as well as the way that she functions. However, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the stress levels of bearded dragons. As you can see, she currently is in shed, and I started to notice that she's a lot more nippy. As you can see, she does not want me to touch her anywhere. She's like, back off, do not poke at me. And I'm just showing you this as an example. I don't go in there and try to poke my reptiles and provoke them to get stressed, but I did want to share with you guys how to tell if a bearded dragon is happy. Now, right now, because Miracle's in shed, I guess it's a good example of how a bearded dragon may react when they feel a little bit stressed. In my last video, some of you guys pointed out that she had some stress marks, and you could kind of see them underneath her chin. I don't know if you could see that, those like black lines. That right there is an indication that she's going through some stress. Now that does not always mean that. Sometimes bearded dragons, they darken up because of the temperature and all these other factors, but since she is going into shed, she is showing a lot more of those signs of stress. So the best thing to do is just to leave them alone. Let them shed, let them be in peace. Don't go in there and try to poke at them. As you can see, she did not like me messing around with her. So with that being said, let's just get started with this video. Let's go. But before we go, I haven't done one of these in a good minute, and you guys have been requesting for me to do it, and anyone who's new is probably so confused, but we gotta zoom in. Ooh, baby. Miracle, why are you stressed, girl? I've been trying to give you all kinds of food. I've been trying to give you crickets, hornworms. Oh, I can't give you hornworms, but waxworms. I've been trying to give you everything that I possibly can. I even gave you a new enclosure. And you're over here all stressed? Girl, calm down. You don't gotta be stressed. Let me poke you. Let me touch you. Okay, yeah, she does not love me. She doesn't love me no more. Oh my goodness. So let's just get started with this video. I'm gonna show you guys a couple examples of bearded dragons and what you can do to get them unstressed. Let's go. Now, bearded dragons. Now, I own all different ages and all different kinds of bearded dragons. This Miracle's looking back at me like, why are you talking to us? But basically, I own her, which she's a baby bearded dragon. I own some that are 1 year old, some that are 2, some that are 3, and one that is even 12 years old. So I experience all different kinds of, I guess, level of bearded dragon stress. And the one thing that I've noticed when it comes to babies is that they can be a little bit more prone to get stressed. The last thing you want to do is basically get a bearded dragon, stress them out to the point where they do not eat. So the one thing that I always recommend new keepers to do is to always try to handle your bearded dragon as least as you can. Maybe once a day is okay, for a couple of minutes, then put them back. And you always want to end that training session on a good note. So you can see right now, Miracle, she is a little bit okay with me touching her, but because she has that stuck shed on her back, which, I could just technically go in there and try to take it off, but I'm allowing it to come off on her own, as well as giving her bath has helped a lot. And her tail is also going into shed too. But because she's going into shed, I'm basically, dealing with a bearded dragon that is just, going through some stress. She's irritated, her skin is probably itchy, and I could only imagine, like, if my skin was falling off, like, I could only imagine what that is like. So what I like to do when a bearded dragon is like this, especially of this size, is basically just kind of take things a little bit more easy. So almost little tiny baby steps, like when you go in there, see how their temperament is, because the last thing you want to do is just grab them and you know, force them to like you. So if you are in need of getting them to take a bath, you know, go in there with your tongs, maybe pick them up like this. Well, yeah, she did not like that. But you do not want to just continue stressing them out. Just get a good feel of like how they are behaving, and she does not want to cooperate. Oh my god, Miracle, come here. Yeah, she is nowhere happy right now that I'm recording this video or wanting me to even hold her. She does not like that idea. So that is something that some of you guys might have to experience, and hopefully if you ever do. Oh my god, I've never seen her act like this. Holy girl, calm down. Like, I'm literally just trying to record a video. I'm not trying to stress you out. But when it comes to, you know, them acting this type of way, best thing to do is not handle them. Don't go in there trying to handle them. You know, maybe try to feed them, but that's about it. If you really do have to give them a bath, you know, make it quick, make it as less stressful as possible. Now, if your bearded dragon is stressed, it's not the end of the world, but you do want to pinpoint what is causing the stress. In this case, Miracle is going into shed. I'm starting to even see her ears. I don't know if I could zoom in closer, but her ears are also going into shed. So that might even be even more irritating. But that alone could cause a little bit of discomfort, causing her to feel a little bit more, you know, stressed, not wanting to be handled as much, not wanting to be dealt with. But the one thing that you should do is always make sure you're checking your temperatures, checking that everything is good inside of your enclosure, and you're doing everything you can when it comes to husbandry. But when it comes to caring for them, you also want to make sure that you are providing food, like everything that you're doing, you know, to make them happy. Continue doing it, but give them their space. So Miracle here, because she's going into shed, she's a lot more stressed. Like, I don't know if you guys saw in the thumbnail, she almost even tried to bite me when I tried to pick her up, and that's when I realized, like, okay, she does not want anything to do with the camera. You know, normally I'm able to hold her and she's fine, you know, but in this case, she was not having it. Now, I get a lot of messages when it comes to bearded dragons with stress marks. So the best thing that you can do when a bearded dragon's like that, like I mentioned, leave them alone. But not all the time a bearded dragon gets that color when they are stressed. Sometimes if a bearded dragon is cold, they might darken up to get warm. So I've seen more bearded dragons do that than actually being stressed. So you do want to pinpoint if your bearded dragon is stressed or if your bearded dragon is just cold. And if your bearded dragon is cold, most likely he is stressed because the temperatures are not right. So if your bearded dragon darkens up, don't panic. Don't think that automatically your bearded dragon is stressed and you're doing something wrong. Sometimes it could just be that they were on the cold side and now they're trying to warm up, and you know, dark colors do attract heat, so they will darken up to attract more of that you know, temperature and more of that heat. Okay, so she didn't want the crickets, but let's see if she wants the water. Yeah, she's super finicky right now. Oh yeah, she of course wants the water. Now I guess, you know, it might not have helped that I upgraded her enclosure, you know, and then she went into shed, because that might alone be a little bit stressful, just the move itself. And then, you know, having her shed is a little bit more stressful. But then again, I kept her enclosure pretty much the same. Like, it doesn't look really different. And I noticed that she likes this tree a lot. Like, she actually sits up here and bask because it's nice and warm and it's close to the heat. So I do notice that she likes climbing there. So I don't think the enclosure upgrade, you know, caused too much stress for her. But she does have a lot of, you know, shed on her ear right in that area. I don't know if you guys could see that little tiny bit of, oh yeah, I kind of took it off. But yeah, she basically has some shed on her eye as well as on her back. Now, I wish that this video was a little bit more action-packed and I could do a lot more stuff with her. You know, I try to feed her. She didn't want to eat. She did drink some water, but there's a lot more things, I guess, going on with her that she just does not want, you know, anything to do with the video. She does have a nice little tiny belly now, so she's been eating really well lately. She's been you know, getting bigger because she is shedding, but she has a lot more growing up to do. You know, I'm hoping that her growth is not stunted, but I did try my best. You know, I didn't give up on her, even though, you know, she did come from a moldy egg. And honestly, when I posted that video and I saw her the next day on how much more work she needed, I honestly thought she wasn't gonna make it. She was barely moving, she was not even eating, and there was times where I needed to basically assist when it came to everything, you know, giving her water, giving her food. Now she's basically moving on her own, she's doing things on her own, and she's shedding. So hopefully now we could see a big improvement when it comes to her health. So thanks everyone who has been, you know, subscribing to the channel, who has supported Miracle through this journey. I do see her bouncing back, and hopefully next video we could get her doing more training and more activities and more action-packed things, and she's not as stressed, because right now I don't think she wants anything to do with this video. She, you know, each time I talk she keeps going on that side. But I do have my chinchillas kind of like tickling me on my leg. It wasn't lying, like she's actually like trying to come out and like tickle my legs. And you guys haven't seen her in a good while, so I am gonna post a video hopefully this week on them, but I just let them settle in. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and learned a thing or two. I'm definitely gonna talk about this more with my other bearded dragons and show you guys actual different signs. I'm gonna see if I could record a couple things, you know, throughout either the week or the month, seeing if my bearded dragons, you know, are stressed. But most of my bearded dragons are pretty much happy. It's just Miracle, because she's going into shed. She was showing a lot more signs of being stressed, but you know, as you can see, her stress marks. Whoa, how'd you even do that? Damn, girl, you're like a parkour ninja. But hopefully you guys enjoy these types of videos. Miracle, I think she's kind of finished with me talking. So if you guys haven't already, be sure to subscribe, hit that post notification bell button. I'm Lord of Lion, this is Miracle. Keep the blood pumping, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Here we go. Peace.
You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification, hit that notification button, baby. You gotta hit that notification, hit that notification.